How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to be looking at the full Hivemind team. That's right, we're going to show gameplay of Red Goblin and his 60% damage passive. How does that affect the rest of the Hivemind characters in the raid? Does this make them War or Crucible viable? We're going to be doing a bunch of gameplay testing. But real quick, before we get into that, we got some new character teases. So we do have, above me over here, Iron Patriot, and then over there, we have Leader. The rest of the characters are coming in this patch. Those two are not. And I guess the big guy up at the top, Mephisto, he's not coming in this patch either, at least not to my understanding. So maybe that's going to be next patch. But let me know what you guys think about Iron Patriot and Leader coming to the game. Pretty hyped on the Leader because hopefully that means, you know, Hulk gets a rework to be good anywhere. And Iron Patriot, I don't know. We got a couple, you know, War Machine characters and stuff like that I would love for them to get a rework. That could be very interesting. Or maybe he's just going to be a plug-and-play monster. Who knows what the situation there is going to be. Let me know about your theories down below. But for now, let's go talk about Hivemind. I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Into the AM. Now, Into the AM was the first ever sponsor of this channel. And since their clothing just touched my skin, I've wanted to wear nothing else but Into the AM. If you watch me on stream or in my videos, I'm always wearing Into the AM. If you catch me on the streets or visiting my in-laws, I'm wearing Into the AM because it impresses them. The fit, the comfort, the design quality, bar none, the best. These sweaters hold up in Canadian winters. So comfortable. And my kid, when I'm rocking the baby on the shoulder, oh, he snuggles, he's sleeping, he's loving it. And you're gonna love it too, because right now, for their 12th year anniversary, they're doing a 25% off site-wide sale, but they're gonna up the ante. You use code DORKY, you'll get an additional 10% off for 35% off everything. If you haven't tried Into the AM yet, you're gonna want it. Once you do, message me how you like it, because I've gotten so many glowing reviews from those on the channel who have tried them out. You're missing out if you don't, honestly. So what I want to do quickly is show some of the new products that they have and just some of the options you can expect to find on the website. So graphic tees, this is kind of my bread and butter. This is what I love. I love the designs, as you can see. And they got something from everybody from scenery to just serenity to the abstract to the mythological. I wear it all. You're going to wear it all. You're going to love it once it touches you. Like, normally graphic t-shirts, they have this uncomfortable feeling on the graphic on your chest. You don't feel that at all. It feels like I'm just wearing a cloud right now. It's awesome. And it's warm too. But if you don't want designs, then they also have plain t-shirts for you. They got flannel. And like I was talking about earlier, I will never get another hoodie. These are the hoodies for me. Into the AM hoodies are the thing for me now. They'll be the thing for you too. Go ahead and check out Into the AM right now for 25% off site-wide, plus 10% for using code DORKY. Using code DORKY does support the channel, so make sure you do that. I'm going to leave you with their catchphrase because I think it's beautiful. Stay inspired. Alright guys, so here we are on the playtest at Incursion Raid Difficulty 2, and we're going to be tackling the bio nodes for the first time. I've never done it with the full team. Obviously I do it with the 4-piece and scroll quite often. And this is the setup that I'm like right now, at least for raids. I think there's definitely an argument to switch Carnage to a Raider in PvP modes, because the whole thing about the PvP modes is going to be getting that first Carnage passive proc to speed up the team and then snowball. But here in raids, you spawn with speed up, at least all the way until the last node. And then there's that case. There's also an argument to be made to make Red Goblin a Raider, but because of his bleeds and because raids are going to be more than just nuke 5 enemies, I think I'm going to go with Striker, because he does have a lot of bleeds on his basic and his special. So we're going to go in here. What I will say is the Red Goblin isn't like super duper big. He is level 98, but he's 3 stars, 3 red stars. And he's gear tier 17. He is ISO 5. I guess I did build him up so we could see what his damage stat was going to look like as he progressed. I think he's going to be the highest static character in the game, oddly enough. All right, so nice little rainbow we just rolled into. Which enemy character did that? Oh, the Asgardians. Okay, Bifrost. That was weird. I was like, what's that? All right, so let's go ahead and pull everybody in. So Red Goblin is a protector, and he has charges. So he's actually going to pull the ire from that Thor Infinity War. And there you go. You see the damage comes in. So we got to go ahead. We got to get him as many buffs and as much healing as we can, as quickly as we can. And I'll be interested to know who goes first here. It looks like Red Goblin's going to get to go ahead before Venom. This is a good and a bad thing. So, I mean, we're going to do an insane amount of damage with this ultimate here. The problem is that Venom has nothing to spread off of. So in this case, I definitely would have preferred him to be... That was a lot less damage than I was hoping for it to be. In this case, I think I would have actually preferred him to be a Raider, because then he could have put more vulnerables up for the Venom to hit into. Luckily, Void Knight had it handled for us there. Let's just go ahead. We'll get this speed up flipped off of Absorbing Man. And I mean, at this point, like you see, Venom just took 2 turns in a row. We have so much speed bar that we're just going to be kind of going off all crazy now. We even landed the stun on top of the Nova. Sure, let's go ahead and pull everyone in and do some more flips. Because why not? Gwendom's going to give us all that energy back anyway. And if she fails to do it, the Hivemind, sorry, the Hivemind. I call him Hivemind, but his name is Void Knight. The Void Knight will get it done for us on the spawn next time. He'll be giving everybody energy. So we're not really worried about energy at all. So I'll go ahead. I'll throw the ultimate here. We'll get in that last Thor Infinity War, and we'll go from there. Let's do the basic here. I want to see what kind of damage it does. That's pretty good damage considering he's 3 red star. I think the difference that we're seeing in the damage from the team is enough in and of itself to take him over a character like Skrull. First of all, he's bringing 60% damage to his team, and he's just going to get more turns, whereas a character like Skrull does not get the speed bar from Carnage. So I think even if you just have a very minimal built Red Goblin, he's still going to take precedent over any other character, really. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead, let's do the basic, get some regens up. He just gave himself 4 regens, that's crazy. Let's do the ability block. Probably should have done the ultimate to give him offense down. Carnage will come in and do just a whack load of damage. We activate the passive. We're just going hard now. Let's go ahead and pull everybody in. There you go. Finish off him. Bloop. Bloop. Gone, gone, gone. And so this first node, I mean, it took me longer than I wanted to. It was probably because I was talking. We'll try and turn our brains off for the next 2 and just see how it goes. I'm mostly interested in the boss node, on how it would go with a small red goblin. Mind you, I did build up the Gwenom and the Void Knight on the test server so I could test them in PvP aspects before Red Goblin came out, because we just got the Red Goblin kit not too long ago. So, I mean, it's a little skewed because 2 of the 3 newer characters are actually quite built up. Like, if we were to go look at them, you know, they're level 98. She's 5 red stars, gear tier 17. He's, what's that, 6 red stars, gear tier 18. So I did that for some Crucible testing. Which didn't really pan out to mean anything because I didn't get to use them against any kind of meaningful defense. All right, second team coming in. Let's go ahead. Let's get that ability block right on the Silver Surfer. I'm interested to see if Venom will go first here. Carnage is now going to hit into the defense down. And that's the argument now to have Carnage as a Raider or even a Striker, really. Because if Void Knight puts a vulnerable out and then Carnage is hitting... I should have done the special put trauma on the Quicksilver. Anyway, now he's dead. That's fine. We can just spread off this. Where was I? What was I thinking? I was thinking words and then not saying it. That's the argument now to make Carnage a Striker instead of a Skirmisher or even a Raider. So if he's hitting in and he can activate that his own passive, then what he's going to be able to do is bring the rest of his team for the ride and just have them snowball. I think that's going to be extremely important in PvE, and I'm interested to see, sorry, PvP, and I'd be interested to see what it does in PvE, if it could possibly make a, let's say, a smaller Hivemind team more successful. I'd be interested to know. But Skirmisher paid off good there. We got the death proof off of Quicksilver because of it. And we're still just snowballing. Let's go ahead and attack into a vulnerable to get more energy out. Eternals haven't dropped in yet, but they should. There they are. Let's go ahead and just flip this stuff off of Icarus. Ooh, let's do as much damage as we possibly can. I think Captain America looks like he's got the most here. Good stuff, good stuff. We'll do a nice little flip. Little flippy dippy. Still 4 enemies remain, but oh, it's because the shield security guy hasn't dropped in. We have preloaded Tomorrow, so that's the thing you're gonna have to remember with the Hivemind and the Symbiote team if you haven't been playing with them already. Because Carnage is giving you speed bar, if your speed bar goes over the 100% cap, it doesn't matter that a new tune was supposed to drop in because there's only X amount of enemies remaining on the field. If you have over 100%, you will take all your turns before that character drops in. For better or for worse. In this case, it's going to be for better. Then I'm just going to take them all out. Sure, we do the basic here. We land some bleeds. We got resisted across the board, probably just because of a really bad focus on the character being how small he is, right? Let's pull them together just so that we get an AoE. Do a chain attack. Get some energy. Let's just throw it on auto basic. Oh, I only have auto available, apparently. All right, sorry if I'm a little nasally, guys. I am a little under the weather this weekend. You know how you go through it with the kids. We get those buffs off. Oh, not yet. Skirmisher didn't get it off. Void Knight will. Nope, he won't either. All right, well, she's going to die, so it's more thing. All right, so now's the true test. I didn't realize that Gwenum and Void Knight weren't, like, super maxed out, so that's interesting. Void Knight is 6 red stars, gear to 18, so that's basically maxed out, but Gwenum's only 5. Assuming they continue the trajectory they are, we might see a Hivemind pass soon. I'll be interested to see that. But let's go ahead and let's check out this node. All right, so we do have the defense up and the deflex, which is nice. I don't know why I put Venom in the middle. I should have put Venom on the opposite side of Red Goblin. Right, so there's that. This will do damage, but it also takes all my negative effects and puts them on the enemy. So that's really nice. So we just gave defense down to everybody. It looks like it got resisted a bunch of times. That's okay. Let's go ahead and load up this Black Cat and then spread off her and see what we can do with that. Let's get offense up. Looks like Gwenum has the taunt now. Interesting. We still have the 1 revive available. Black Cat still hasn't taken a turn. Now, the problem with Black Cat is we have ability block on her, right? But her basic is a permakill. So if she manages to get a kill from like the ISO attack or something, Red Goblin's not going to bring her back. But the deflex do a really good job, plus the defense up. And we should have defense up damn near forever. Just because of the Venom is going to take so many turns with people dropping low. Let's go ahead and finish off this Strange. Now we can do a nice strong ult once again. Man, if Red Goblin was built up bigger than he is now, I think this would be devastating damage. Let's give trauma to everybody. Good stuff. Ability to block the Black Cat, plus lots of nice bleeds. Just more bleeds on her. Yeah, steal all her buffs. Let's do that. That sounds good. Pull them in, because why not? Gwenum just gives so much energy. You just get to spam your buffs. It's like hitting a practice dummy. Like, they don't take any turns. Let's get all our buffs, plus energy, plus even more energy on the ISO attack. Gwenum Striker is the ISO I'm most sure about. Right, let's just spread that to the people we can hit. Let's see if we can take this Vulture out. Oh, yes, we can. Carnage is a beast. Can we spread this stuff to Carnage from Absorbed Man? Or, sorry, Captain America. Yes, we can. Let's try and steal some energy. Nice. 3 energy. Huge. I mean, like, we could pull in again. I don't see the point in it. Just do the basic here. I'm trying to line it up so our boy here is going to be ulting off of that Black Cat with all of her nice debuffs. Alright, there's more energy out. There's the Brotherhood team I wanted to see. I think Black Cat's going to die before we get a turn on her, unfortunately. Get some bleeds here. She sure did. Let's get the Disrupt here. Ooh, lots of counters to give more debuffs. This is unavoidable. This will flip everything for the Death Seed members. This is why Hivemind will at the very least, will crush Death Seed when it comes to PvP modes. Oh, look, we can hit off the Magneto. That's going to do some pretty good damage. Probably nothing crazy. Once again, we got to remember our guy here, our Red Goblin, is very small. But man, the thing about it is his value is shining through just in the amount of damage he's giving to the other characters. There should almost be a damage bar where it shows how much the characters are doing, and then a sidebar where it shows how much Red Goblin's passive is making his other friends do. Because the symbiotes and the Hivemind characters, they're hitting so much harder than they ever have on the live server. Like 60% damage is nutty. All right, guys. Well, I mean, I was yapping the whole time. I think this team is also going to just absolutely demolish the boss node. So it'll probably be the best team for that. I know X-Treme can get it done, but you got to have everything lined up. I think Hivemind just going to go in there and walk over it. But let me know what you guys are thinking about this raid content. But I want to jump into something a little bit more interesting, which is going to be the war content. So we show they do their job amazing in raids. Let's go talk about some other modes, though. All right, so here we are up against the Hivemind team. This is a very well-built team. Unfortunately, outside of their mode, raids, they have a lot of glaring issues. The primary issue is their on spawn speed. Like Void Knight gets some speed, he does flips, he's getting lots of damage from the Red Goblin, which is really nice. But in the war meta and in the Crucible meta, speed is just so prevalent on so many of our teams. So like I can go ahead with the A-Force team and just, they don't get a turn. And since we have so much unavoidable attacks as well, it's just over. Now I have a really big A-Force team, but there's other teams to show in this combat. So let's do a few of them. And yeah, if you haven't seen the other video yet, the one you just saw over there was the out of time team. So that's another video that came out, well, today. So there's lots of shifts that are going to be happening in the game. We got a raid team. We definitely have a war team on our hands with the out of time team. And maybe people are going to find use for Hivemind. It definitely won't be on the defensive side. We can try them on some offensive options as well, but I haven't played around with it unless it's like a very, very B tier team or C tier team, really, like Death Seed or Pegasus or Hero as Guardians. I haven't found use for them at all. But if you're seeing those teams, then Hivemind absolutely demolishes them, so that's good for you. We'll get a stun over here. Void Knight bled out. We get a stun. You see, like, because we are able to rewind the characters, or just absolutely demolish them, and then they get speed up on Omega Red. We lap them. They don't get a turn. So WeaponX, a very, very old team, absolutely demolishes this. And I think that's almost enough said at that point. But what I want to show now is like a Crucible team. I'll go in here. Let's just go in here with what would be a Crucible team. Well, the current team people are using with their Tangled Web is something like Nova, Kestrel. Nova's kind of a loaded cannon because it's war, right? But let's go with Kestrel. People go in with Emma. Where is she? She's a little bit on the smaller side. Obviously, she's all kit, right? So let's grab ourselves an Emma. And then who would be a good replace? Let's just grab Iron Man Infinity War to kind of pretend to be a Nova, even though he's a far cry from what Nova is, plug and play. There he is. And so we'll kind of get a good sense of why this team is going to struggle as its full unit. Now, I'm not saying like this team won't have some sort of crazy hybrids that'll be eventually in the game, like Red Goblin's damage. If this Red Goblin is allowed to get his ultimate off, it's absolutely insane. That's a permanently killed that is a permanently killed Void Knight because it was the Weaver kill. You see Kestrel comes in and it's over, right? There's no chance where they ever get a turn because the speed is just not there for this team. And so you can see that there is a big glaring issue, and that wasn't even the Crucible team with the Tangled Web where they get a little bit extra buffs and stuff like that. I look at the other Crucible options against the Symbiote team, like New Warriors will smash it. Masters of Evil, it won't even be close. The X-Treme team demolishes it as well. I don't know if I have that saved, but the X-Treme team, even outside of Crucible, is beating it up. They just can't compete on the speed level, and then they can't pump enough damage out into our current teams that have a bunch of nasty stuff going on, right? So we stun the Void Knight. Looks like we didn't actually land the stun there. So he's going to do his ability block. Not landing the stun there is an interesting thing, but because we give the speed bar to all of our X-Men characters, Forge is going to go and we're going to recover from that anyway. I won't bother doing the ultimate just yet. This seems like it would be a waste with the offense down. We got another ability block we can throw out, so why not? Oh, looks like Red Goblin goes, but we had a bunch of dodges up. Also, he was ability blocked. Actually, you know what? I never did it when we got resisted, so kind of seeing something a little different here, but it looks like the X-Treme team is just going to completely recover from this. Venom's got a nice cleanse coming up, though. Here we go, here we go. Oof, Nightcrawler is taking his second turn before Venom gets one. That's not great. That's a lot of damage that comes in. Cyclops is going to ult everyone to infinity and beyond here in a second. Gwenom is gone. There's no more taunts on the field. Cyclops goes. He's going to erase everybody. Yeah, so as you see, like they struggle if they can't immediately get ahead, but I don't want to say they're useless either. So let me show you a team where they can immediately get ahead. And obviously, like in War, there's not much going on for them, right? We did get some new War season stuff that's going to come up. But in Crucible, they did get that Superior 6 tag. So I do think there's going to be a lot going on with this team in Crucible. I think especially with the Void Knight of it all, it's going to be very interesting. So because they have the Superior 6 tag, you're going to be able to bring them in with Vulture to deal with teams that have speed up on spawn, right? Like, that's going to be a very interesting thing. And then because they have that Superior 6 tag, they're going to get speed up as well. So they're going to act as if they were in the raid nodes, which I think is really cool. So here, we got lucky because we did get the defense down flip. We got lucky that the Carnage didn't drop us down. From here, we'll still do damage, but I would imagine here we just get outclassed because of the deflex, because of the defense up. We'll find out, though. This one does a stun, I think. Looks like it got resisted. The Kestrel attack actually went for a different character. Red Goblin's going to go now if he chooses the rescue. He didn't choose the rescue, but we still get a lot of big damage put on us. Gwenem comes in, does a lot of good damage on us. That rescue has ability block. That's probably the worst thing that could have happened, right? We get absolutely shredded. We get our energy sapped. Rescue's dead. So you can see, if you bring a stupid team into this team, you will lose. But you got to bring a stupid team. Which is why they're going to only take out C-tier War offense teams. Which I guess, I don't know. That seems like it's an okay thing for a raid team. Like, that's how Death Seed kind of came into the picture, right? Besides taking out some Dormammu, Tangled Web teams. I thought that was kind of interesting. So I'd be interested to know what your guys' opinions is on Hivemind. Obviously, amazing in raids. In War, very, very bad on the defensive side. They're just going to get walked over by a bunch of teams. On the offensive side, maybe you can find some niche uses for them, which is interesting. And in Crucible, man, I can't test Crucible because all the other opponents I have faced against me don't have the same kind of roster I do. So it was like fighting baby units, right? Which doesn't show anything. But we're going to find out live soon on the live server. That's going to be a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys are thinking about Hivemind. How are you feeling about Hivemind? Are you pumped? Do you like what Red Goblin brings to the team? Namely, that 60% damage stat to activate the Carnage and then his Wombo combo ult if he reaches it. It's like a proximity bomb. Like, if you get too close to it, you're in trouble. Anyway, guys, have yourselves a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.